Hi guys and welcome. So in part 2 on this Volkswagen Scirocco roof repair, we're going to be looking at the masking stage in a lot of detail. Now, one thing that I've been asked a lot in the past is how to go about masking off really tight seals and rubbers that can't be removed, and maybe it's something like this Volkswagen Scirocco where the windscreen is bonded and the actual rubber seal fits right up tight against the paintwork, and there's no way of getting normal tape in there. Now, something like the J-tape perforated trim masking tape is perfect for this. It has around about a 1 centimetre hard plastic lip on the actual tape, and the rest of it is just like normal masking tape, but it's perforated. Now, it's quite strong, and on rubbers like this that can't be removed, it's absolutely perfect. What you do is you use the actual 1 centimetre plastic section of the trim tape. That slides in behind and in between your rubber and your paintwork. Now, because that has that little 1 centimetre hard piece of plastic fitted to the tape, it means it's got a really nice strong piece that you can pull back. So once slid between the rubber and the paintwork, you can literally feed it in like so, like you see me doing here, and then just gently pull that back away. Now that will leave you a nice little gap, which means that your rubber at this point is probably a few millimeters away from touching the paintwork. It gives you area to prep, and also when we're at this stage now, when we're actually masking this to paint, it means that when you get your colour and also your clear coat down there, there'll be no bridging between your tape and the seal, or the seal and the roof. It means you can get the paint down that edge really nicely without causing any issues or any problems. It also means that there won't be any issues down the line. Say if you try and fine line the actual trim itself off, the problem can be sometimes that obviously it's rubber and you're touching the paint, you can't key that area properly. So down the line you can get adhesion issues and you can start getting the lacquer peeling away. And obviously you don't want that on a car like this that is virtually brand spanking new. You want this to be right. You want to know that in a month or two's time that this car's not going to be coming back with an issue with any of it lifting. Now, if you get a section which is more curved, you can do what I showed there. You can actually use the perforations in the tape to split the tape, so each section can go down separately. Now, you may need to put it down separately so that you can put a little more or less tension on a certain area to pull the rubber further away in a section, or by doing a length of it like this, you can actually use it to go around bends. Now, maybe it's something like a rear quarter glass window that again is bonded and has a very tight rubber seal. As you can see, just a small amount of pressure will pull that rubber just enough away and leave you just enough room that you can comfortably paint down that edge, get good coverage, get good adhesion. You can get your prep done down that edge, and you know that when this job's finished, you can pull it apart and there's going to be no issues anywhere with it. Now, there's quite a few places on cars you can use this. Some rubbers are easier to use it on than others. Something like this windscreen here is absolutely ideal for this tape. Something we bought in. It's not too expensive. Doesn't come in a very big roll for what you get for the money, but it does save having to have a windscreen removed or having problems later down the line with adhesion or anything like that. Now, my personal preference is once I've actually masked that off with the perforated trim tape, I will then just go over this with a bit of 1.5 inch tape just to make sure that all the joints in that tape where we may have had to split the tape, or just where the perforations are themselves, that all those joints are fully sealed and everything is nice and sealed, so that when we paint this car, we're not going to get any overspray or any colour or anything seeping down onto that windscreen or anywhere else onto the car. So at this stage, that's the trickiest part of the job out of the way, really, for me. That's the windscreen seal, all pulled back and out of the way. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start back masking and finishing off the masking around the rest of the car. So the first thing that we're going to do is just back mask along this boot edge. Now, one thing to be careful of is to try and not get your tape really harsh against the very, very edge of that panel. When you pull this tape down and stick it down in a minute, the plan is to try and get the tape just pulled away just enough so that when you actually put your clear coat down on the roof, there's going to be no bridging between your clear coat and your tape. Now, as I said before, this is a video that I've been asked for a few times, and sometimes to do videos in detail does take quite a long time. Splitting this one simple job up into 3 videos and then editing them all up, narrating them all has been taking a bit of time. Now, as you guys know, I've taken a little bit of a break from the channel for the last couple of months. It's given me a bit of time, take a bit of a step back, speak to some of you guys about what you want to see more. Because at the end of the day, this channel is primarily for you guys and to help you guys that watch. And we do get quite a lot of people messaging through Facebook and Instagram, and also private messaging through YouTube, plus the YouTube comments, asking for different videos and different pieces and different things that you guys out there want help with, about the different bits and pieces that we do when we're refinishing and repairing a car. And for me, moving forward, that is an important part of the channel, trying to get more things on it that you guys want to see, whether it's tools, spray guns, methods such as masking like this or preparation, anything like that, and with a bit of support from you guys. You guys carrying on asking us questions and sending us through some of the requests that you guys want. We're going to do our best to spend a bit more time actually dealing with some of those requests in video form rather than actually trying to talk you through it, because it'd be easier in some ways to actually make a video or section out some of the footage that we've already got and actually make a dedicated video to something like that, like this masking stage on this Scirocco, rather than actually trying to explain it, because sometimes it's harder to put in words than it is actually to show. So as you can see there, we've now finished up on that back part of the roof. We've basically done the same as you would do with any back taping. We've just put the tape onto the roof edge, stuck another piece of tape on top, and then lightly pulled it away, just making sure that you've got enough of a gap so that your clear coat does not bridge that gap. Now, along this roof edge, with this being a new car, I don't really want to go into painting the pillar and the quarter, just so it's got no blends on it anywhere. But there's a nice, real sharp edge here that we can use to actually stop our clear coat on. Now, there's a multitude of products you could use, soft edge foams, noble edge end tapes, or anything really, which some of the more novice users might find easier to use along this roof edge. But the problem is, a lot of those only come in actually small length boxes and can be quite expensive. Now, 2 lengths of masking tape, like I'm going to be using on this section here, is a quite inexpensive way, if done right, to leave a really nice clean soft edge on this roof line. Now, what you want to do is when you put this down here, you want to basically stick it across your roof line and then pull it just away, so there's about 1mm, I'd say, of that actual quarter panel and post edge showing. Now, the idea is that when we stick this tape now and backmask it down, that we want to leave this piece of tape that's stuck down as a nice rounded curve. That way, when our clear coat goes down this gap, it won't leave a hard edge, it'll leave a very small, fine, I'd say around about 1 to 1/2mm soft edge line along the edge of that pillar, which once you flat this roof or denibbed and polished this roof, you can literally get your rotary polisher with a tiny little bit of compound and then polish that soft edge off with no need to flat it or anything like that. You should just be able to really easily polish that soft edge out. It'll leave you a really nice clean looking roof line, and it'll also leave the rest of the car in its standard paint, because obviously with a job like this, what we don't want to do is be painting more than we need to. So as you can see there, that's a nice clean easy repair. And basically just follow that stage again on the other side, and then that's your roof pretty much masked off. All we're going to do here is fold a piece of tape a third over to leave ourselves the same little soft edge in this corner, and again repeat the same on the other side, and that will be the roof. Once it's been polymasked, that is the roof masked off. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you for part 3, where we'll be getting into the paintwork and the clear coat stage. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.